I am Mr. Sandeep Dattatreya Kardile, M.Pharm Pharmaceutics, lecturer, Mola Rural Institute of Pharmacy, Sonai, and I am giving presentation on heat process part 2. First of all, contents of presentation, types of evaporator, natural circulation evaporator, that is evaporating pan, evaporating steel, short tube evaporator, second, forced circulation evaporator, third, film evaporator, in that A. Climbing film evaporator, B. Horizontal film evaporator, 4. Multiple effect evaporators, 5. Evaporation under reduced pressure. General principle of evaporation. The molecule of liquid move about with kinetic energy, but their movement is restricted due to mutual attraction. However, some of the molecules possess kinetic energy that enables them to overcome the intermolecular forces of attraction, and hence they escape from the surface of the liquid into atmosphere above it. Some of the escaped molecules collide with each other or with air molecules and are forced to fall on the surface of liquid. The number of molecules escaping completely, however, is greater than those returning to the liquid surface, and liquid therefore disappears obviously as vapor. This phenomenon is known as evaporation. The tendency the substance to evaporate is measured by the vapor pressure exerted by liquids and solids. First, evaporating pans. It consists of a hemispherical pan made from copper or stainless steel and surrounded by a steam jacket. The hemispherical shape provides a large surface area for evaporation. The evaporating pans may be fixed or made to tilt. In case the evaporating pan is fixed, the emptying of the pan is done from the product outlet. In other cases, the evaporators are mounted in such a way that they can be tilted to remove the product. The evaporating pans are heated by steam which passes through a steam jacket. This is the diagram of evaporating pan, which consists of entering steam point, air vent, jacket, condensate outlet, and below product outlet. Advantages: it is the simplest equipment for the purpose of evaporation of the liquid. It is an economical evaporator. It is easy to clean, use, and maintain. Disadvantages: due to natural circulation of the product, the coefficient of the heat transfer is poor and solids get deposited, which causes the decomposition of the product. The heating surface is limited and decreases proportionality to increase in size of the pan. It is not suitable for concentration of thermolabile materials because the liquid is heated all throughout in an open atmosphere. Further, there is no provision to evaporate under a reduced pressure. Evaporating steel. This type of evaporator is commonly known as steel because the evaporating pan is covered and is connected to a condenser so that the vapors are condensed into the liquid. As shown in there is a vessel similar to the evaporating pan with a cover that connects it to the condenser so that the liquid is distilled off. This is the diagram of evaporating steel, which consists of a condenser. Advantages: it is simple in construction, it is easy to clean and maintain, vapors are condensed in it, it increases the speed of evaporation, and the costly solvent can be recovered, for example ethyl alcohol. There can be provision for evaporation under a reduced pressure in case the vacuum pump is connected to the evaporating steel. Disadvantages: The heating surface is limited. The evaporating steel is not suitable for the thermolabile materials as the liquor is heated all the time in it. Due to the natural circulation, the coefficient of heat transfer is poor. Short tube evaporator. It consists of a number of tubes which are from 1 to 2 meters in length and from 40 to 80 mm in diameter. About 1000 tubes are fitted in a vessel about 2.5 meters or more in diameter. This part of the evaporator is called as calandria. The tubes are filled with liquid and surrounded by steam. The level of the liquid is maintained slightly above the top of the tubes so that the space which is left in the evaporator can be used for the purpose of separation of vapor from the boiling liquid. The liquid in the tubes is heated by the steam and it begins to boil. The mixture of the liquid and vapor will come out of the tube, which sets up a circulation with boiling liquid rising up in the smaller tubes of calandria and returning down the large central down tank. So this is a diagram of short tube evaporator. Advantages: the heating area is increased by using a tubular calandria. The coefficient of the heat transfer is 3 to 5 times more as compared to the evaporating pan. The condenser and receiver can be attached to the evaporator in order to recover the costly solvent. Disadvantages: it is quite complicated and hence it is expensive to construct it. It is difficult to clean it. The maintenance of the evaporator is quite costly. Forced circulation evaporators. In this type of evaporators, some mechanical device is fitted to circulate the contents heating in it. For example, an evaporating pan is which the material is agitated by a stirring rod or by mechanical propeller as shown in the figure. The liquid is circulated by means of a pump and as it is under pressure in the tubes, the boiling point is raised and no boiling takes place. As the liquid leaves the tubes and enters the body of the evaporator, there is a drop in pressure and vapor gets removed from the superheated liquid. This is a diagram of forced circulation evaporator. It consists of separator, concentrate, FCE, feed and axial flow pump. Advantages: the rapid liquid movement improves heat transfer. The evaporator is useful for the evaporation of the viscous liquids or materials that deposit solids or foam readily. The rapid evaporation rate makes this evaporator useful for concentration of thermolabile materials under a reduced pressure. For example, concentration of insulin and liver extract. Film evaporators. In film evaporator, the material is sprayed as a film on the heated surface to provide a large evaporated surface. There are two types of film evaporators. First, climbing film evaporator. Second, horizontal film evaporators. Climbing film evaporator. In these evaporators, a large number of vertical tubes, about 7 meters in length and 50 mm in diameter, are enclosed in an outer jacket to which steam is supplied. Thus, the tubes are heated externally. This is a diagram of climbing film evaporator. It consists of liquid inlet, then liquid concentrate, separator, vapor. The preheated feed liquid is admitted at the base. Here it boils and the vapors formed take the liquid up the tube at a velocity of about 6 to 7 meters per second. At the top, the mixed vapor and the concentrated liquid are ejected at a considerable speed into a separator. The separator allows the vapor to escape from the top and the concentrated liquid is collected at the bottom. The liquid takes only a few seconds to travel the length of the tube, so the evaporator is very suitable for heat sensitive substances. Sometimes a number of units are fitted in a group to effect fuel economy by using the hot vapors produced in one unit to heat the subsequent unit and so on. Advantages: the use of long narrow tubes provides a large area for heat transfer. The time of the contact between the liquid and the heating surface is very short, so it is most suitable for the concentration of a liquid containing the thermolabile materials. The evaporation rate is very high in spite of short heating time. There is no elevation of boiling point, although the tubes are very long. The method is suitable for materials which produce foam. Disadvantages: it is quite an expensive evaporator. It is difficult to clean and maintain it. It is difficult to maintain at proper feed rate. If it is too high, the proper concentration will not be made. On the other hand, if the feed rate is too low, the film cannot be maintained. Horizontal film evaporator. In this type of evaporator, several parallel 8 feet long tubes are joined together in series. Each tube is enclosed in the opposite direction to the feed liquid in the inner tube. The liquid passes through the tubes, gets evaporated as it moves along the tube, and finally passes to a separator. The concentrated liquid is collected at the bottom while the vapor is let off to the atmosphere or used for some heating purpose. It is usually employed in a single unit so that it can be operated under reduced pressure. The viscosity, density, and surface tension of the liquid being evaporated influences its viscosity through the tube. So it is not practicable to concentrated liquid a high viscosity by using a climbing film evaporator. Falling film evaporator may be used. It resembles the climbing film evaporator but is inverted so that the feed liquid enters the top of the tubes and the concentrate as well as the vapor leave from the bottom. This is a diagram of horizontal film evaporator, liquor inlet, steam inlet, vapor separator and liquid concentrate. A product, B vapor, C concentrate, D heating system, E condensate, 1 heat exchanger, second flash vessel that is separator, third circulation pump, 4 concentrate pump. Multiple effect evaporation. In a single effect evaporators, steam is used to heat the liquid which provides the latent heat of vaporization. The vapors are condensed in the condenser where the latent heat is given up to the cooling water and it goes to waste. To avoid the wastage, two evaporators are connected together with a piping arrangement so that vapor from the calandria 6 feet first effect, which is heated by steam, is used to heat the calandria of the second effect. This means that calandria of the second effect is used as a condenser for the first effect so that latent heat of vaporization is used to evaporate more quantity of the liquid instead of its going as waste. The vapor from the second effect then taken to a condenser and converted into liquid. In general, not more than 2 or 3 effects are combined together to have an economical and efficient evaporation of liquids. This is a diagram of multiple effect evaporation. It consists of liquor, steam, first effect, vapors goes into the second effect. Below is steam condensate. Then vapor to condenser, below product is collected, vapor condensate. Evaporation under reduced pressure. Sometimes the solutions containing heat sensitive drugs get destroyed if evaporation is done at the boiling point of the solution under normal atmospheric pressure. The liquid boils when its vapor pressure is equal to the pressure of surrounding atmosphere. If the pressure is an evaporator is reduced, the aqueous liquid will boil at a temperature below 100 degrees Celsius. Table 10.1, it will show that indicates the relationship between pressure and boiling point of water. The evaporation under reduced pressure should be done with care because there is a danger of overheating of the liquid. There is an increase in the viscosity of the liquid as the external pressure is reduced. The boundary layer thickness will increase, which causes difficulties in heat transfer, and hence there is a risk of overheating. This is a relationship between pressure and boiling point of water. This table it will shows in detail this relationship between pressure in bars with the boiling point of the water. Advantages of evaporation under reduced pressure. The evaporation occurs at a low temperature which prevents damage to heat sensitive materials. The evaporation occurs at a low temperature which gives a higher temperature gradient without the need of excessive steam pressures. Lastly, thank you.